I seen a quote earlier this week from Casey Neistat, and it was about everyone has ideas. Everyone has good ideas, great ideas, or everyone just has ideas. It's not about if you can come up with an idea. It's about how you can execute that idea, how you bring that idea to life. And I've had an idea for a good 3 or 4 months where I wanted to do this type of stuff, podcast or whatever the hell this is called. Pretty much just talking to the camera or just trying to give value off to people. And I just really enjoy talking and interacting with the camera. So my idea was to essentially where I want to take. I want to learn a skill of being able to conduct an interview, and I was trying to think how I could do that and how I can learn how to do that. And then I thought, why not just start with the people that I can just talk with not even really trying. And those people are my friends. And it just helps that I've got some pretty talented and inspiring friends that are doing some pretty epic stuff on a massive scale, but also on a smaller scale, but which are meaning massive things. And that's what I wanted to do with this. I wanted to interview or talk or whatever with my friends and let people get to know who my friends are, what they're doing in their lives, and certain aspects that I really, really appreciate and admire. And they're doing some big things. So I came up with a name, and that name is We Are Breathers. So that's what this here is going to be called. So the meaning behind, or the concept behind the name is we are breathers. So that is pretty much breathing is an essential part of living. So that's that first bit, and then the play on words is some group of like Māori boys, Māori mates, substitute brother for breather. So oh yeah, what up, breather? How's it going, breather? And so on and so forth. And I thought that was a cool play on words, and just how breathing is an essential part of life. My friendship with these group of people is very, very important to me as well. So yeah, I can't be interviewing, talking to all my friends if whoever is watching this doesn't know who I am. So my name is Nicholas Michael Matthews, 25 years old. Grew up in Christchurch. Moved around a wee bit when I was younger. My father was in the army. So I was born out at Lincoln. Lived in Burnham Army Camp for, I can't even remember, I was a proper baby then. Moved to Waiodu. That's when I start remembering things. Went to primary school there. And then we moved back to Burnham. Moved back to Burnham when I think I was 6. I think I remember having my birthday in our wee shack or shed, but to me it was like, oh my goodness, this is the coolest thing ever. It's from here, unsure if you can see where my hands going. Essentially, it was tiny, but that there is really stuck with me for my birthday, one of my birthdays, in terms of that being a really, really special moment for me. So yeah, went to school out at Burnham Primary School, and it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. The way of living out in the army camp is a wee bit different to how it is out in the city, where us kids would obviously everyone knew everyone, and my dad being quite fairly high up in terms of the hierarchy. He was established. we couldn't really do anything without getting in trouble or without our dad finding out. Which was cool. Which was cool because we essentially knew all the kids. All the kids knew our parents. We knew their parents. It was just a really, really close feeling out there. To the point where I call, some of my dad's best mates that he's made there uncles, and it's those uncles are sort of a big part of my life still. Whenever I see them, it's a massive uncle and aunties. I apologise to the aunties. But it's always really, really cool seeing them because they've seen me from, newborn all the way to how I am now. And, it's awesome. So, obviously, I'm lifetime friends with all their kids. And it's just pretty much how army brats are raised, pretty much. It's, there's not much to do in Burnham. Play sport, go to the park and come home and repeat. You don't really go out to Rolleston or, city, and it seems like a 3-hour drive. But yeah, it's a wee bit of a insight onto, I think, my first, maybe 8 or 9 years that we lived out in the army camp. Then we moved out to the city, out to Saltburn, which that was a wee bit of a shock as well, just purely because in Burnham you didn't lock anything. You could. I never knew that you had to lock your car. It was a wee bit of a not a culture shock, because obviously I knew there was a lock for a purpose, but it was just different. We couldn't play touch on the road anymore. I couldn't just walk down and know where everyone lived, know what kid was there, what kid was in that house, and what kid was in that house. It was just a wee bit bigger. We didn't know everyone. But okay, thank you for the people that have made it this far in the first episode of We Are Breathers, based around myself. Pretty much in this one, I just talk about how I came up with the name, what the name means to me, and then just my upbringing. The reason why I'm cutting it off here, it's proving to be a wee bit more difficult uploading these, just because it's quite a big file and all that type of stuff. So I'm going to be doing it in parts. This is part 1, just covering those things. So the name and my upbringing to the age of about 8 or 9. So I really appreciate it if you have made it this far, and hopefully my part 2 will be out soon. Thank you.